Welcome to Health Oddity, the show that strips away the jargon and hype surrounding all things health and fitness to help you live a long, strong and energetic life. Lining up at the bar this week, here's Peter Ladd and James St. Pierre.
Hello and welcome to the Health Oddity podcast, episode 312. And we are joined by someone who we are very, very lucky to call a three-time guest today, or a third-time guest today, Mr. Paddy Haynes. How are you doing, Paddy?
We're back. Professional waffler has returned. Yeah, we're all good.
Waffler. I'm sure all of our listeners are very aware now of Paddy, but just to quickly recap, first time Paddy was on with us was back in episode 237, which was back in March 2025, and that episode was just called The Dark Horse, and I think that was just after the Brits in 2025 when we first spoke to Paddy, and then since then he's obviously been to two World's Strongest Mans. And the last time we spoke to Paddy was back in January of this year, episode 280, where we kind of went through a review of Paddy's year in 2025. And it's hard to believe that was now nearly 8 months ago when we spoke. And I mean, time's moving fast for us, and how busy Paddy is. I mean, I'm sure times are moving very, very fast for him. But it was only about 9 days ago that both Pete and I were in the Royal Albert Hall watching Paddy in the Strongman Classic, where he placed second, and with three back-to-back events, which I messaged him the day after and said they're going to go down in history. We'll talk about them, and came second. But I think you were joint points with Rayno Nell, if I'm correct,
Yeah.
because you trumped him in the stones, then you went second, he went third. But I mean, Rayno was obviously World's Strongest Man 2025. So, I mean, yeah, you're up there now, aren't you? I mean, we said that you'd had a fantastic year in 2025, but do you feel like things are just continuing to gain momentum and gain traction for you?
Yeah, I feel better after that one. You know what I mean? I feel like I was due another good performance. Worlds was, I'm gonna say, it was an underperformance, but in reality, we did all we could. The events were just never events I would pick in a million years. So it was always going to be hard following up 2025 because it was just like a freak season. And now I feel like this year Andre's having the season that I had last year almost, like as the new guy. He is just dominating everything he's doing. So yeah, I'm happy to get a good result in the books. I've already got a spot for Worlds next year. So now for me, the rest of the season, there's not really any pressure. I'm just gonna turn up to comps, enjoy myself, and I think that's when I perform my best anyway.
Excellent. And I mean, yeah, so the three events at the Classic back to back, because the first two events was the overhead medley, wasn't it? The circus
hmm
medley, and then it was the carrying stones, which I don't think you did badly in those events, but you probably did as you would have expected, or did
Yeah,
you were you a bit disappointed in the first two events, or was it kind of as expected, really?
I was disappointed in the first event in terms of personal performance. In terms of placing, I think that's probably what I deserve. Um, it was a real weird one. Like backstage, we were warming up on an axle, and it's a little bit different. So I didn't actually warm up on the barbell, and yeah, I just messed it up basically. That weight for me, I've done it so many times. I've got a fixed bar at home that I've trained on, and I'd sort of do it without thinking. So I was putting so much effort into the dumbbell. I think maybe I just sort of overlooked it a bit, and just messed up that second barbell, which really did annoy me because I think I'd have had a good shot at the 120 dumbbell, and to finish an overhead event at Giants would actually be like showing what I can do at this point. So I was a bit annoyed, but I don't think I'd have had time for the 120 dumbbell anyway. I need to get quicker. But it's nice that I sort of failed to press due to a technique, like a mistake, not just for not being strong enough.
Mhm.
And then the Webster Stones, it's so hard to get motivated to train that event hard, let me tell you, because it just sucks and it's not fun to do. So I'm hoping, how events sort of come in waves. Hopefully we're sort of filtering that out a bit now, and we've done that, and it can go back in a box, and the stones can, I don't know, be rolled off a cliff
Yeah,
or something.
because if obviously people, it will be on TV at Christmas,
Hmm.
and but if people don't know, so that the first event you had, there were two circus barbells and three circus dumbbells, and I think it was a
Yeah,
100 dumbbell. Then the barbell was either 150 or 155, and
nobody
then there was
knows.
and then there was a 110. And then there was sort of like a one same weight barbell. Then there was a 120 dumbbell as well. But the bars are
Mhm.
they're fixed bars. There's no rotation on them, is there?
No,
Like an Olympic bar. So yeah, it was just it was a few people had difficulties with them, didn't they? They kind of a few people you wouldn't expect to potentially.
yeah,
Just like I say, little technical error on the night makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
100%.
Yeah. And then but then we came into these three events. I mean the deadlift, which was I think it was 360 on the axle for reps, and you
Mhm.
equaled the world record of 9 reps. Um and I think that was the start of the noise coming into the Royal Albert Hall, where it was just I don't know how it felt being in the middle of it all, but
That
it was mad,
it was absolutely surreal. It was, I think Giants got a bit confused. It was a new world record, and then obviously Reno matched it. So we're the only two that have done 9 on that setup. I think Rauno has done 9 on the lighter one.
Oh,
So that
okay, yeah.
no one was really sure if it was a record or not, but it was. We've had it confirmed. It was a world record, and obviously now me and Reno share it.
Mm.
Um, I didn't celebrate it too much because I just had a feeling Reina was going to come and do 10 because just he's that guy, like he's that good. But yeah, I was buzzing. Like I said, I did 8 at Brits, and really like the eighth one was quite an effort. So to gain another rep in half a year, I'm really pleased. I think it'll be a while till I get that 10th. Like it's just going to take a lot of training, but
Mm.
I definitely think 10 is in there in the future at least. Like hopefully 11, 12.
Mm.
If they keep putting it in giant shows, I'm just going to keep doing it and keep getting better at it. So. Yeah,
The way
when I
the
saw
way you could
those,
do it, I was going to say the
what's
way you
that?
could do it is do the 10th one first and then do the other 9 after, and then like
Yeah, just take a
go
break.
easy.
Yeah, oh, I didn't think of that. No,
Yeah.
yeah, when I saw them 3 events on paper, I said like, I was licking my lips a bit, and I said like, there's a scenario where like I could win all three. That doesn't mean you think you're going to do that. Do you know what I mean? I was sort of like on an amazing day, I could win 3 events, but I'm not that much of like a cocky enough guy or confident enough, I guess, to be like, oh, I'm going to win 3 events because it was the best lineup Giants I've ever seen, and lots of people were saying that. So, you never sort of make claims like that, but quietly confident that, the last 3 events on a, on a bad day, I think I'm third on any one of those 3 events. So
Mm.
it is nice having events like that. I just wish my weaknesses weren't, were sort of fifth place, not ninth place. But
Mm.
alas, those first 2 events were tough.
Yeah. And then that the Conan's wheel, which you carried, and it was I think the record beforehand was just under 3 rotations. I can't work out the degrees in my head at the moment, but it was like
9
two and
something, brother.
2 3/4 kind of rotations around
Yeah.
that, wasn't it? And then when you started on your sort of third, when you'd gone round twice and you were still moving really well
Hmm.
going into that third rotation round, that is the time when the noise you could literally it felt like the place was it felt like
It
the
was
whole thing was
weird. Yeah.
vibrating, it was really really weird. Joe is it Joe Schofield or who
Hmm.
does the videoing for Giants Live? There was a little video. He did a thing with me at the end, and Giants Live put it out the other day. But I said it's literally like it felt like everything was vibrating, and the noise was just
Hmm.
like it just felt that frequency of the shouting was just like
Yeah.
it felt weird, and you were just like going round in the middle of it all. It was just
Yeah, it's
incredible.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
I always say like, not always say, but I've said before like it feels like when you've had your headphones in and you forget they're in and you've got music playing really loud and then you press play and you're like whoa like it all gets like
yeah,
crackly.
yeah,
Like my ears couldn't process how loud it was. It was like
yeah,
just sort of like going, yeah, that was crazy, man. That was a core memory for sure. Like, I ain't forgetting that anytime soon. That
yeah.
was that's probably the highlight of my career in terms of like a moment, of just like, geez, that was awesome.
Yeah, and like I say, with the caliber of the lineup as well,
Hmm.
the caliber of that lineup for you to go out and smash that and win that event, and then the final event, the Atlas Stones, which is obviously something that you are you're great at, and you know you're always solid on that. But to go
Hmm.
out and do that again, which you just shot up the leaderboard, didn't you? You know, with those three
Yeah, like
events, and
that's how I saw it going as well.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but I think if you look back at the giant shows I've done, the only one the only time I haven't won the last event was when my stone was wobbling around, and there's
mm,
almost a bit of that again. So it's just annoying because it's like that's not a strength problem at that point. That's like a I don't know kit slash technique thing. So
mm.
yeah, I definitely get better as the shows go on. But I mean, another fun stat I found out is since 24, I've not been outside the top four in a Giants live as well. So like in
Wow.
terms of consistency, like the worst I've come is fourth in the Giants. Like I'm really happy with that as well. Like I'm sure, at some point that will change. I'm sure, you have good shows and bad shows, but if you want like a safe bet in the Giants, I feel like I'm quite a good invite now. Like because there's usually only one press, and then there might be one sort of carry event which isn't good, but there'll always
Mm,
be a deadlift. There'll always be stones or
mm.
power stairs or something. So yeah,
Yeah.
really proud of like Giants Live history.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And when you think back, like you say, like maybe 2 years ago, year and a half, 2 years ago, when you were the dark horse, and now
Hmm.
I know they always say, and Neil Pickup's always like, fear ye that the dark
Yeah.
horse, and you're kind of, but now you are kind of you're a staple, aren't you? You are like one of the top guys at these shows, and like you say, not many people would bet against you getting on a podium on any of these shows, so
I still maintain I was a dark horse in that lineup. Like I think if you went around the audience and were like, "Who do you think's in the top three?" I don't think many people have said me, other than the
mm.
real loyal ones. But yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess it's
I
becoming
think you're
less
right. No, because I
appropriate.
think leading up to it, I think I watched a few YouTube things. Like you watch, like I watch like Loz and Liz, or watch
Yes,
Terry, or watch
exactly.
different people. And when people say, "Oh, pick your top three," and yeah, you're right in that lineup. I don't think anyone had sort of said Paddy's in the top on the podium. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So yeah, it's right. It's still. But coming up next, then you've literally got like about again maybe 9 days and 9-10 days, and then you're at England's. You're defending because you are the defending England's strongest man from 2025.
Yeah.
And last year it was yourself first, Andrew Flynn, like who I mentioned we had on the
Hmm.
podcast last week. He was second, and I think it Kane Francis who was third
It
last year.
was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kane
Yeah.
Francis. So going in this time, you're defending your title. And Andrew was saying last week that some of the events they've got at England's, is there like a 400 kilo deadlift for reps that you've got?
It's wild. It's crazy. I don't know. Like Darren's really just gone for it, but like I'm here. I'm here for it. 400. Well, it's a Trump style deadlift rep. So you got 360 or 400. Obviously, I'm going to be pushing the 400. The dumbbell ladder is up to 120. So again, that's heavier than World's Strongest Man was. Um, and then a 400 kilo frame, which is exceptionally heavy as well. Stone to shoulder and the sandbag steeple, which is becoming a bit of a staple for England. So it's the only show where you don't sort of finish with power stairs or stones. They like to sort of put different events in England, and I'm sort of here for it. Like the stone shoulder, it's not something I'm fond of, but it's a good test, and it's a cool one to throw into a Giants just to mix it up a little bit.
And is that an Atlas stone, or is that a natural style
No,
stone?
it is an Atlas
An
stone,
Atlas
yeah.
stone. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. And is the sandbag steeplechase, is that going to be, because they've previously had that as like the first event, is that going to be the last event, or
Yeah, I
yeah,
think it's the same as last because I won it on that event last year. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it probably will be the last event, which is kind of good for me because it's one of my better events as well. So like if you do end up in a tie and you win the last event, it's almost worth like an extra point. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm happy that one's towards the end.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, 400 kilo deadlift for reps, and that's on a deadlift bar, is it?
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What are you thinking there, kind of numbers wise?
I'm hoping that I will just be able to do what I need to do, in all honesty. I know that's
That's
a
a
rubbish
politician's
answer.
answer.
No, no, no,
I
no.
just want to win the event. Do you know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
I can win it by pulling two and then pulling one on 360, I'm gonna do that. But if there was a gun to my head and I needed five, I
Mm.
think that's there.
It's difficult. It depends the order you go in, doesn't it? Because if you've got a
Mhm.
target to chase, it's so much. I don't
Well, I
know.
imagine going in as reigning champ, though, I think they'll put either me and Flynn last or
Mm.
me and like Luke Rich. I think we'll
Yeah.
be like the last pair.
Mm,
I might be wrong, who knows?
mm,
But
mm.
to be honest, I'm hoping Hicksy goes before me.
Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah.
and I think Hicksy's probably the next best deadlift that field. But some of the new guys, like Tom Place, I don't know if you guys know of him, just an absolute like static beast. He's just done 290 for three in training,
Mm,
390 for three. Sorry, not 290
mm.
for three.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think it's going to need four, but obviously you just when you're pulling 400, you don't want to do any more than you have to because
God,
every
no.
rep is just compoundingly more brutal than the last.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know when we had Flynn last week, because he said he was a bit funny, wasn't he? He said, he goes, I've
I've
never
never
actually
done.
pulled
Yeah,
400
Yeah,
kilos. But he said, I think in his training at the weekend, he got 375 for two or something. And he
cool.
said, I'm just hoping to go for it. But he said, I've never actually done that. So, I mean, because your deadlift, obviously you hit the £1,000 last
Mhm.
year. And you'll be at the deadlift championships this year and the
Yes.
open and stuff. And I mean, you're well, will you be looking to extend your kind of
Yeah.
max at that? Yeah.
Yeah, so 470 is the number me and my coach have got.
Okay.
Whatever the next jump is, basically. So it's going to be a gamble this year because we're going to skip 1,000 because they normally do 440 as a jump.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do 440 and then the one after that.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I am so excited for the deadlift champ. Like that was again, that was my favorite moment of last year. So um, yeah, I've just got such a heavy season of deadlifts. I didn't really before. And then obviously 360 reps on an axle for nine. Last week I pulled 380 for three. I was between three and five, and I felt very cooked after it was 6 days post world record deadlift, so I was a bit sore. And then yeah, we've got 400 for reps. Then we've got yeah a max. So
Mm.
it's all sort of programmed. That it's in the the max deadlift isn't first. We're sort of building up. It's all sort
Mm.
of fit together in the plan quite well, if that makes sense. So
Mm.
I'm hoping by sort of yeah September, I feel like an absolute freak of nature. And then I'm going on holiday to Iceland for a week with the Odd Objects gang, so that'd be really fun.
Oh wow, that would be fantastic. So yeah, so that final show that with the deadlift, that's September, is it? Because I've never been to that
Mhm.
one. I might have to have a look at that. And where
I love
where
it.
where
It's
is
one of my
that one?
favorite
Is
venues.
that Glasgow or not?
No, it's Birmingham.
Oh, okay, it's not too far away. Okay, yeah,
No, it's
yeah,
easy for me. It's like a 40-minute drive, but it's such a big venue. It's enormous. Like the backstage and stuff's huge. So it's one of my
mm,
favorite ones. So I think
yeah.
they're doing Titans Toss. I don't know if that's been announced, so we might have to edit that. But
Okay.
yeah, so that'll be really fun. Like just being able to do that indoors is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely have to look. And I mean, outside of Strongman, I mean, I was gonna say you're in the last 12 months, your YouTube has taken off massively, your social media
Hmm.
stuff's taken off massively, your merchandise and everything. It seems that, the kind of the business around the competing, which
Yeah,
must take up a lot of time for you as well, does it? For
it
you and
does.
Daisy, I suppose.
Yeah, Daisy's been an absolute lifesaver. So when we got her out of the NHS, she's now working in Haynes Strength. Basically, she jokes that she's the CEO, but she leads sort of like the coaching now. I've got like a small team of athletes that I coach, but that's mainly the ones that I'm seeing in person as well. Daisy's got a huge client base now, and we're probably going to start looking for other coaches as well. It's getting to that stage.
Mm,
I sort of lead, like you say, the merchandise has blown up exponentially since each Giants live show I do, it sort of grows it and grows it and grows it. So that's where my value is day to
mm,
day. And I love that. I feel like I'm growing like a clothing business now, which is really fun.
mm,
And then yeah, we're investing a lot into the YouTube. We've brought on like an actual like expert at YouTube to help like sort of manage the channel and advise and that's all trending the right way because the
mm,
YouTube's the one like that's loss making still to be fully transparent.
mm.
That's just because I'm investing in Steve and a camera and an editor and stuff. So um it's investing in it knowing that if I do it for long enough long term it will then it can go huge. But
Mm,
yeah, it definitely needs to grow and it is doing so. And then I'm just always busy, but like in a good way, whether it be like weekends I'm either appearing at comps or refereeing or trying to grow the grassroots as well. But
mm.
it's all done quite well, I think, just because at comps I'm just very transparent. Like I am who I am, and like I think people like that. I'm not trying to put a face on. I'm just genuinely a kid that's like enjoying himself and you know has got potential, I think, to do very, very well.
No, it's fantastic, and I love they started to do the going back to the classic. They started to put the kind of the graphics up on the walkout. So like
Mm,
I was wondering if you because they had Reno obviously had like a rhino on there, and was it Martin's Lissis had the dragon and Evan had the T-Rex on there. But I don't think I wasn't looking up. They didn't have a dark horse for you, did they? I thought they could have
no,
had like they could have like a Trojan kind of horse, kind of thing,
no,
like
I'm
coming up. But
not a big name enough yet, but
no, but no, but it's interesting the way it's all going. That branding and the production of it is all, and
yeah.
I think with your YouTube and everything, it's really tying into that, isn't it? So
Yeah, I'd say
it's
Flynn made me laugh at the classic because he was walking out before me, and they didn't tell anyone, but they just changed everyone's songs. So he had the White Striped Seven Nation Army, and he was like, "This isn't my song," and he was like, "We were just chatting before." He's like, "It's changed everyone's songs," and then I go up, and old Cheryl Crow plays, and I'm like, "Yes!" And you just see Flynn on the stage just go. It's like proper Paddy Haynes preferential treatment, but it's just because it's so ingrained in my brand now. Do you know what I mean? Like that
It's
song's.
funny. It's funny you say it because on the weekend just gone, because I still teach. Like indoor cycling, spinning. I've been teaching
Mhm.
it for like 25 years, and I did a spin class on Saturday, and I put a new playlist together of all the Giants Live walkout songs.
Oh,
So I
cool.
had your song on there as well, and all the kind of walkout songs, and it went down really well because they're all like kind of good songs designed to get the crowd up,
Yeah,
aren't they, and stuff. So it was quite funny,
I
but.
thought Martins was brilliant, having money for nothing. I thought that was
Yeah,
a
I
good
used that.
pick. Yeah,
Yeah,
whoever chose that, that's a banger of a song.
yeah, that was great. That was really, really good. No, it was great. And Reno's is good, isn't it? It's that Shakira one
Yeah,
for
he
the
did.
World
He
Cup.
was like shaking his head, like just everyone's got like really like psyched up, like cool me, and he's got a bit of Shakira, but everyone loves it. That's the one everyone's singing when they go backstage.
Yeah. Excellent. So, I mean, you obviously it's too early to know anything at the moment about Worlds next year.
Yep.
But like you say, you've got. Do you even know where it is yet, or have they not
Nope.
announced if it? No, don't even know
No, we know
that.
nothing.
No.
Because obviously as you guys know, I host the farm comp
Mm.
in April and May, and I want to get that out. But it's like we had to move the dates last year because we somehow picked the same weekend. So I will sort of host it this year, but with provisional dates, I think, and then be like, look, it may well change, but hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah,
Because
because I think.
even if it's the week before Worlds, I still don't want to be running a comp of that scale the week before the biggest comp of the year. So it is tough, but we're limited with the farm as to when we can host comps. It is a farm. I think people forget that, so we can't just clear clear out a load of sheep because I want to run a competition. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, no, because I think we had two or three ladies come down and do it this year again, and like you say,
Hmm.
yeah, you had to shift the dates because they actually only choose they only kind of confirm the dates like 6-8 weeks
I
sometimes
think it was
beforehand. Yeah,
8 to 10 weeks, which I
yeah,
find
yeah. So
unbelievable.
yeah, but no,
But
it's great.
alas,
Yeah, but like you say, you got that now. That's in there. Pressure's off. You can enjoy the rest of the season and go for this
hmm
massive. Go for to retain your England's title and then go for this massive deadlift in September, which would be fantastic.
absolutely, yeah. It
Brilliant.
feels obviously the comparison to last year. It feels quite a quiet season because like last year I was competing so much. But I would love. I'm going to pester Maggie and see if I can get out to the Magnus Classic this year because that's a
Mm.
bucket list one for me. I don't think I'm going to get an invite to the Rogue. I think Foytu and Pavlo should get it over me this year. So
Mm.
we'll see. If it comes my way, I'm not going to say no and I'll upset the internet again. But I'm sure. I just think Magnus is one just to tick off because it just looks so fun. And there's a
Yeah, I
Who's
had a
Got
chat.
Stone involved,
Yeah,
so
You
yeah.
won't be against Andy Flynn there as well because he said he can never do that because he's got no annual leave left.
so you just be long-term unemployed like me, and then you don't have that issue.
But no,
I
Self
mean,
I was.
self-employed.
unemployed.
Yeah, self-unemployed.
Because no, I was chatting to Magnus at the event, and he said because I said I'll come out again this year, and he said he's even maybe looking at doing it like midweek this year, like because of
Oh,
all the
interesting.
venues and the hotels and everyone kind of gives him space, so
Mm.
he's talking about maybe doing like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday or something. You know, he said he's not confirmed the dates yet. So
don't KFC sponsor it? I remember seeing that they're like KFC on their chest.
yeah, KFC is like massive in Iceland or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
but it's like, but yeah, they've got like the Viking, you know, the Viking Village, the Viking Hotel sponsor, and
it's
all that
amazing.
stuff. So he's but yeah, I said because I'll probably head out there again this year. So yeah, it'd be
Well,
great.
you need to go out because there'll be nobody to drive the bus otherwise, will there?
No, I know. I'll be out there.
Is that your role?
That's my role. Yeah, I drive
Glorified bus driver.
I am the coach driver. I'm one of the coach drivers. Well, mini bus drivers, you know. But having done it the last couple of years, I kind of know my way around a bit now and feel like it's a bit, you know, kind of it's quite nice. But yeah, brilliant, Paddy. I know this was a quick. I know you managed to squeeze us in today because, like you say, you've probably been packing merch and doing all stuff, and now you've got to train, and then you've got all these comps coming up. But we just we really appreciate you squeezing us in because I know how busy you've been and are always now. And yeah, just want to wish you the absolute best of luck. Not really luck because you know you've prepared obviously, but you know best of results for the England's coming up and everything else. And I think I will try and get up to that in Birmingham for September because I looked at it last year and it's one that I've not gone to. So no, that would be brilliant. But yeah, thank you so much.
No, my pleasure, guys. Thank you so much, and see you for number 4, I guess, soon.
And where we mentioned your socials and stuff. I mean, where ideally are you trying to grow? Because if people are listening and they don't follow, I mean, you're on Instagram as Paddy_Strongman, but you want people to go to your YouTube and follow you on there? I suppose
if people can get behind the YouTube, that's what's going to help me the most. Watch the videos, like them, enjoy them. Let us know in the comments what you think and stuff, because that's where I'm putting a lot of my time and focus and investment at the minute as well. So spending money and just trying to make it as professional as possible. And Stephen, my editor, is doing such a good job now. So it's good fun, and that's where I see my future as well, doing a lot more of that kind of thing.
Brilliant. So go onto YouTube, and I will just say personally, I think the merch that you've got is such high quality. You know, I've got one of those heavy duty hoodies from you, and the t-shirt I'm wearing, and the beanies. Everything is, like you say, it's not just cheap stuff with your logos whacked on it. It's really, really good.
It's
quality
always
stuff.
been my sort of ethos is that I wouldn't sell something I wouldn't use myself. So even like the chalk and salts, I sold them because that's what I was using already. So you know, I'm not going to be that guy that just slaps his name on a belt I've never used and sell it. You know, I'm going to sell stuff that I believe in and that I will use. Otherwise, integrity is important, folks.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Paddy. That's great. We will catch up. I'm sure we'll catch up again, like you say, for episode 4 at some stage in the future. Thank you, Mr. Peter Lant.
You're welcome. I put a lot into that one.
I was going to say, I forgot he was here.
Well, you got a good. Was the beard compliment? Was that when we were recording?
No.
Oh dear.
You're only getting it once. It looks
Paddy
terrible.
complimented Pete's beard at the start as well. So, and thank you very much, Paddy. Hope you have some good training this afternoon. Thank you, so much. Everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening. Please do like, share, subscribe, leave a review if you're watching or listening on a platform that allows you to do so, especially Apple Podcasts is where we're trying to get our reviews. And if you do leave us a review, we'll read it out online or on air, and we'll send you some Health Oddity merch as well as a thank you. So we will see you next week for episode 313. Until then, bye-bye.
You've been listening to Health Odyssey with Peter Lant and James St. Pierre. To get your regular fix of hype-free health, you can subscribe and leave a review wherever you get your favorite podcasts. You can find out more on today's and other topics at healthodyssey.com or find us on Facebook or Instagram by searching for Health Odyssey.